Welcome to episode 25 of your favourite go-to geek podcast, the one and only Talks with Dorks. It is a late Tuesday night. It is probably the latest we've ever pressed record on an episode, I think, maybe, at this point, because everyone was running late tonight. Woody's here, Kurt's here. Boys, welcome to another episode. Woody, welcome back to your second episode since you've been back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. How have we been, boys?
I mean, I'm good. I mean, I'm part of the reason why we're starting late today. So like, I am absolutely run ragged, shattered, all of it. But I'm here. I'm looking forward to it. And it's 20 to 11, blimey, on a Tuesday night as we record this. If this goes on long enough, I've got a balloon in the background today. It's my birthday tomorrow as we record this.
Is this the first time we're going to have a birthday live on the pod? I think it might be.
If we go late enough, it will hit midnight as we record this, and it will actually be my birthday on this pod. No pressure at all, lads.
No pressure at all, because you instantly, what you've just done is ruin this episode, because now I'm like, well, you know exactly what I'm thinking, didn't you? I don't know it's his birthday tomorrow. I ain't got a clue. I ain't sorted anything.
The worst bit is like, I wasn't going to mention that. I told you on Saturday there was my birthday this week.
Oh. He's like, right, when?
When? At what point? When we were flying car in the car park? Or
at some point during the chaos of me and you doing Pride on Saturday at Basildon, I mentioned it, but I wasn't expecting it to be remembered, nor was I expecting anything to be done either. Like, I'm still the baby on the podcast, it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's not how we do things, mate. I nearly swore at the beginning of another podcast. We've tried this twice now, and I nearly swore again at the beginning. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, the present's going to be late, Kurt. Happy birthday for tomorrow, mate. And this by the time this episode comes out, it'll be a week after your birthday anyway. I hope you had a lovely day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure I did. And you know what? I loved my present, guys. It was really...
Hopefully, it
was really thoughtful.
You'd have got it. Oh, for God's sake!
This balloon. We're like 30 minutes into this meeting before we press record. I was wondering how long the balloon would sit there for before someone called it.
It's slightly cut off. Yeah, that's the problem.
Barely see it. Obviously, anyone that's seeing you on the podcast, they can see it when it changes. But we have narrow.
I've possibly gone full screen as I was speaking, and people are sitting there going like, "Oh, blimey, they're observant, aren't they?" But it's the three of us like this. Yeah,
this is what you can see. We can barely see. And your rooms, we always talk about the fact that your room is almost in pitch black with the amount of lights you've got as well. So like, I'm not gonna lie, after playing them scary games today on Xbox, I was a little bit nervous about that shadow behind you, to be honest. Oh, mate, by the way, if you want to be fun, do you know what made it real fun? Because I actually worked myself up for like 45 minutes just sat here whether I was going to go live and do it, because I was worried about how I was going to react and how I was going to sound. And if you watch the clips, especially at the beginning, it took me a while to adjust to the fact that I know I'm live and people can see me screaming like a 3-year-old girl. Because every time I jump, I do a coy little.
I mean, honestly, if you've not checked this out just yet, I encourage you to do so. So yeah, we've branched out into the gaming side of things. We've always been a bunch of dorks who like a bit of gaming anyway, but we now have an official gaming wing, and there's a brilliant little short of Ryan playing. Was it Pacify or?
Yeah.
Ryan playing Pacify.
Worth going to check out that clip.
Ryan playing Pacify brilliantly as well, because you are dead silent for like the first 10 seconds of that clip. And then
you know what the problem is?
I was watching it on Instagram, wondering, have I not turned my volume on necessarily? And then you scream like a little girl. I'm like, oh no, it's working.
No, the thing is, the problem I have is because for some reason, the way I'm streaming, I can't figure it out. I can't get the sound of my game to come out when I'm streaming. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I cannot get the game sound to come out. So when you're seeing the clip, you don't hear any game sounds. And I was concentrating because all you can hear in that game is like creaking noises and giggles. So I'm like nervous on edge, knowing something's about to jump out at me, and something did. And I think it's the bit when you zoomed in that gets me because you really see my face and I'm so in for it. I've convinced Jacob to play it. I showed him the clip. He's like, no. I was like, come on. I was like, it'd be really funny for live streaming.
You're evil. You're evil.
I think that's what we need to do is, now that we've got this gaming wing, obviously we got Damo, who's kind of our almost like official gaming guy. Woody does a lot of live streaming as well. But I think we need to establish quickly between the rest of us who the biggest wimp is and who has the worst reactions when playing horror games. It could be me, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's right.
And you kind of hope it's not you, because you kind of hope it's not you, by the way, Rye, because if you end up being the biggest worst reactions on playing horror games, that's content, mate. It's going to be you every time.
I'm okay with that. If it gets me viral, I don't mind. I have zero issue with going viral at all for any reason. I mean, I've literally got a video of me going viral for singing stupid songs. Do you know what I mean? So fine, I don't care. Screaming like a little girl. It's just like I said, it was the nerve and the anxiety. I literally sat there for so long. Worked out, and that game is you can have up to 4 people as well, so we could do 4 of us. By the way, while we're on the subject and we've talked about gaming, Wood, like you're a big part of what is going on with the gaming side of things. You've designed a new logo, you've set up a new handle. We were originally going to be calling it Talk Dork Gaming because we've got Talk Dork Wrestling. Our podcast username is Talk Dork Podcast. Thank you to the other Talks with Dorks for that.
But we're not bitter. That's important.
We're not. To be honest, obviously, we reached out to the guys that have another podcast called Talks with Dorks who haven't done anything in a couple of years. Reached out to them. We did get a response after the first time of saying no, they weren't going to give us the name, that they were going to do it. They didn't. But then by that point, I'd actually kind of settled on the fact that we've been Talk Dork Podcast on our main socials for so long. Kind of don't want to change it. And
changing it would have been
Talk Dork Podcast.
So we're not Talk Dork Gaming for the gaming wing. And credit to Woody for the name, for the logo design, and pretty much everything else, funnily enough. Because I hope it, admittedly.
Tell us.
Yeah,
about what you've
been doing. Gaming with Dorks, I think it has a better flow to it. I tried designing logos in the Talk Dork Gaming, and I just thought, we're a bunch of dorks, we like gaming, we still have the dorkness in it. Gaming with Dorks just worked for me.
So there you go. We are official.
Yeah, and we got a cool logo out of it, which I'm really looking forward to using on like merch and things like that. So yeah,
you got a decent clip out of me already with the logo in.
Yes. Everyone needs to go check that out. I'll be linked down below on this episode because that is a clip worth checking out.
Go check the clip out. Go check out the page. We've got loads going on. We've got, it's going to be its own separate entity. I've told Woody, I've told Damo. Obviously, I'll get involved. Kurt will get involved. Laferde will definitely get involved. Tony doesn't game on anything past a PS1 because it's the last big console to come out in the 90s. So he probably won't join in unless you're playing retro games. If it's not Sonic 1 or 2, Tony doesn't play it.
Yeah, so it won't just be clips. We are working on like full-length videos to go on the YouTube channel. It's kind of me and Damo's thing we're chatting about right now. So there will be full-length stuff coming, and obviously we'll be streaming on the likes of Twitch and TikTok and places like that as well at some point when we get it all up and running.
It's one of them crazy things, isn't it? Like, because even though Damo, I've said this before, you're my nephew, he's my cousin, but because of how extended our family is, and you two are not related in any sense of the word, but
no,
like you know of each other, but like now you know each other as such, and you're working together. It's nice to see you like connecting and getting on together. It's nice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see because like I said, it's family, isn't it? Like family. It's nice to see family growing and expanded itself. It's nice.
Yeah.
One more and I'll believe you.
Oh dear.
I don't know. I don't even
I've never heard Ryan speechless.
I know. I'm being nice. It's nice to see you two. Keep your head still, mate. No, would you moving around a bit?
Oh,
Who had 10 minutes? He's broken.
yeah.
Thing is, we don't even like. We're just going off on a roundabout. We just haven't. Like, this is. I think we've just broken each other. Just like trying to say it's nice. Just saying it's nice to see you two, like dealing with this and giving me a bit of a break. To be honest, doing a thing with Dorks that I don't have to stress about, but I can also get involved with because I like getting involved with gaming. Like I said, that horror game, it was an experience. Me and Damo did the Annabelle thing on Fortnite last night. Have you seen this?
Ah, yes. I was going to ask about this because, behind the scenes, Damo shared the trailer for it like yesterday in our group chat.
We did it.
You got it on it that quick.
Honestly, it was not only creepy, but obviously because it's Fortnite. Obviously, for the first time since I've been a Power Ranger, I changed my skin, and I was like, well, if we're doing Annabelle, I'm going to be a Ghostbuster. And Dave, I ain't got a Ghostbuster. I went, you must have something like horror-wise or something scary. And he was like, I've got Michael Myers. I was like, yeah, do Michael Myers. Fucking worst decision ever, because when he disappears into the darkness and he appears back again, Michael fucking Myers' face appears. So he was making me jump, let alone the fucking ghosts that were in.
I need to try this. I missed this over the weekend.
You think like with it being Fortnite, it's going to be relatively tame, all things considered. But no, that looked, even on the trailer, I'm like, that's going to mess me up.
It's the doll. The Annabelle just appears every so often, or the nun. The nun's there as well, so it's all of it. And then I was jump scared by a deer today on that horror game. Pacifier, a deer, a ghostly deer come at me and scared the life out of me. Oh mate, but yeah. So gaming with Dorks is open. As you can see, we're all excited about it because it's become fun. Along with that, we've got our Talk Wrestling, and loads is happening behind the scenes. We've had to modify some plans that you'll find out potentially next week. But
let's put it this way: the most fabled phrase in all of wrestling is not, if you smell what the Rock is cooking. It's not Austin 3:16. It's the immortal words: card subject to change. But weirdly, I think some of these changes might actually work in our favour. Like we had a good card already, and we're a little bit gutted that a couple of things have had to change. But our plan Bs are looking good, admittedly.
It's saying that. I mean, I am even going to lay it to it. It's crazy, right? Because this is me. This is actually something I shouldn't say. Remind me afterwards. I need to talk to you about an idea for a podcast episode coming down the line. But I've had today. I've had messages of 3 people from my wrestling past, like just out of the blue, contacting, and it's nice to see people are like coming to us because of what we're doing, and it's all every part of the conversation is like, I love what you're doing with your podcast, and it's see you doing wrestling as well. Let's have a conversation in this sense, and it's like, okay, it's nice to see that people are starting to see, actually they're taking this serious, which is very, very good. And yeah, Back in Time is literally just over a month away, and we are not ready. We are not ready in the slightest sense, but it's going to be an amazing show because. Do you know what it is? I've got in my head, I'm doing that stress thing that I was doing on the day, and I'm just doing it a month and a half early. So at least I
will drive over to throttle you if you start doing it again.
And just to reassure everybody, when we said we've had to make plans changed and a plan B, not one of them involves me stepping into the ring. Just reassurance.
Yes.
And yet again, no storyline, no kayfabe here. It's not happening. Okay.
And again, like I say, we were very happy with the card that we had, and again, a little bit gutted that certain plans had to change. But again, the plan Bs and plan Cs in some cases have actually ended up being very good. Like the phrase "failing upwards" immediately springs to mind. Like we've somehow done all right out of this.
But I think what happens is, isn't it? We've put pressure on ourselves because show number 1 was so good. We also said after show number 1, let's have a bit of a break from wrestling stuff. Let's come back to it. And we started coming back to it in dribs and drabs, and then realised, we're a month and a half away. We are not prepared. So there's probably going to be a lot more wrestling content than ever coming in the next few weeks, which also reminds me, what did I say today? is it after this episode or after after this episode? I think there's 5 episodes until we've officially had 100 episodes of Talks with Dorks after 4 years. All the breaks and all that. That includes a 1.5 year break. So plus a couple of months here and there. So probably about 2 years of that I'm not doing it. So it's not bad. 100 episodes is coming up. So we're going to plan something big that could fall around Halloween, which is also falling around back in time. Which is it's going to be a big. Expect a 4-hour episode for Halloween and our 100.
Yeah, we've been discussing Halloween recently as well, haven't we? So
Yeah, because
looking forward to that.
we upped our game for Halloween last year, and we've got to try and up it again. And hopefully, all the 3 of us will turn up this year in costume and dressed up. And Woody, you've got to try and outdo Beetlejuice.
I've been trying to think,
Beetlejuice.
Don't say it
Not
again.
again. I'm not going to get ready yet.
Yeah. I ain't got my Joker makeup. But on that note, right, have any of you obviously been up to anything, doing anything? Wood, I said we hold your conversation because you've been away for the weekend. You've had a nice little weekend. We can talk about that. So go for it. Where you been? What you been doing?
Went down south, went to London. Supposed to be going to watch Post Malone on Sunday, but the show got postponed due to the TfL tube strikes, which was a nightmare because I ended up going to London anyway because I had unrefundable train tickets and unrefundable hotels. So I was like, might as well make the most of it and go down.
You should spend that extra £5 on each to protect it.
Yeah. So yeah, didn't get to go to see the show, but ended up having a good 2 days in London anyway.
What did you get up to? I've seen bits. Did you go and see a show?
No, we didn't go to see a show. We were kind of, because of the strikes, we were kind of stuck to like Soho, Leicester Square area.
There's worse places to
we
get
wasn't
stranded.
we wasn't sure what to do.
Leicester Square, which is about a 5-minute walk to where the West
Yeah,
End shows are.
but we wasn't sure what shows to do. I wanted to do the MJ one, and my missus was not too keen on it. She wanted to do Wicked, so we were like torn. We couldn't compromise.
I mean, both are great shows. Obviously, I'm going to favour MJ one, but I've seen both, and Wicked's wicked.
Also, I can imagine as a DJ that does karaoke, you are probably sick to death of people doing Defying Gravity.
No, I'm sick to death of people doing fucking Valerie, to be honest. Or any. Honest to God, last Wednesday, right? So people come to karaoke. These girls come over and it was like, "Can we write a song?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And she's like, "Oh, I want to do Back to Black by Amy Winehouse."
Do you really?
Right. Yeah. Okay, no worries. Like Valerie's it's a great song, but it's like the pain in the ass because it is the most common. Every girl does Valerie, and if you look, I can tell you how many times it's been done on my karaoke, and it's a high number. So I've done Back to Black. Then another group of girls come in, one come over like that. Oh, can I write a song down? Write a song down. Guess what song it was?
Is it Valerie by any chance?
No, it's Back to Black. So I was like, right. So just going to show you this, just because I'm trying to now like do anything to make it not Amy Winehouse, right? I was just going to show you. I've had one person put their name in. They've put down Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. You would be straight after doing the exact same song and doing the same singer. So, all right, cool. I'll do Rehab.
Wow.
Third girl comes over. Honest to God, third girl comes over. I can put a song in. Guess what song it is?
It's Amy Winehouse song.
Which one?
Well, it's either Rehab or it's Valerie, so or it's Back
Yeah.
to Black. It's no others.
It's Valerie. Yeah. So I've now
Three
got
in a row.
I've now got 3. I'm starting my karaoke with 3 Amy Winehouse songs. And the thing is, this ain't
Might as well just get an Amy Winehouse
I
tribute
know, I
act.
swear to you, 2 people ended up doing Back to Black that night because someone else later on. What I try and say is like, look, someone has already done this song, but I'm going to tell you now, just try and advise you that, like, you will be good at it, but because they've already, it's like me playing the same song twice in 2 hours. Yeah, people would go, fuck that. Why is he playing the same song? They've already heard it. Someone do it. Why don't you change it up? I was like, no, I'm going to do it anyway. I love that song. It's the only song I know. It's like, don't do it. But anyway, defying gravity. So you went down to London. You didn't go see a show. See, the other thing is, you was at Leicester Square. MJ the musical is literally.
It's right there. Walk past it. It's in China,
Oh,
like it's near Chinatown.
Literally 5 minutes, because when we went to Leicester Square, walked through Leicester Square up to Coyote Ugly because my mate was running it, had a couple of drinks in there, and then went to MJ, which is right across the road. It's literally as well.
So on the Sunday we went up the Shard because the tubes were running Sunday but limited services, so we managed to get different places on Sunday, but Monday was complete chaos. That was when the tubes were off completely. But I picked up a t-shirt while I was in London, and this t-shirt has caused so many conversations which I did not expect. There was one guy who gave me a free drink voucher. Yeah, literally. One guy gave me a free drink voucher because I liked Scream. I was like, thanks, I'll take that. There's another guy who chased me out of Nando's going, where did you get your top from? An American guy. And then I had like 2 other people shout, what's up to me in the street. I was like, I did not expect this t-shirt to cause a conversation at all.
This is, embrace your geekiness, Wood. Like, this is what happens. I whenever I wear wrestling t-shirts out, I always end up having conversations about it. Always have conversations. But that screenshot, it's weird that you're telling me, because I got that and the jumper last year, but I saw that they've brought out a lot of the same stuff because it was so popular last year. They've redone it again.
Yeah.
But like, I still see so many people. The Scream one was the most popular because it was subtle. Whereas the Michael Myers, the pit, had quite the big picture of the poster on it. It looked a bit. It looked a bit cheap. It looked a bit Primarchy. Whereas the Scream one, because it was just that black shadow, and on the back of the jumper, it's got the big one on the back, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got it's because it's just black and white. So it looks so good. It doesn't look like it's a Primark t-shirt. So it's mad that people have starting to wear it again. Or you're wearing it, and people are still noticing that t-shirt, how good it is.
Yeah, it was crazy. I wasn't expecting it at all. Just I liked it. I see you got it last year, and I was like, I didn't pick it up last year, so I see it this time. I picked it up.
They do good stuff like that. I think Primark has dipped in its like good geeky t-shirts. There was a time where I'd spend so much money. I still do. I go into Primark looking for the geeky t-shirts because they have a good range, but they're just not as good, and the quality's not as good.
It's not the same. Yeah, you're right. Don't get me wrong. If you like Greg's, you're sorted. But
Greg, what was the other one? They did another one recently. Krispy Kremes. Krispy Kremes has been the big one they've been doing. It's all stuff like that now. It's all food and.
At the risk of doing a slight tangent to last week's show, we verged on almost getting more political than we normally do, and there was a big conversation around like you know certain things that are going on in the country at the moment and blah 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 blah. We're not going to repeat that again, but I think if there is probably the biggest indication of the current state of anything is the fact that we now have a Greg's clothing range.
What about them little Crocs that everyone was wearing and the little shorts? You can see them. Like, there was a time where you wouldn't even admit you shopped in Lidl, but now because like they're the only place that you can afford, fuck it, I don't care. I'm proud to be Lidl. I'm proud to be a Lidl goer. Yeah, own that shit. Like, because it's the only place I can literally afford to go to and live from.
That's literally who I deliver for. Who I work for.
So really quiet.
He doesn't want to.
I don't know, have I?
Yeah, you find that now you're fine, but that was really quiet.
Yeah, that's literally who I work for.
By the way, that's who I deliver for.
Big up the Lidls. Big up the Lidl. We're all here for Lidl. Aldi, come on, mate. You too. But it's mad, isn't it?
There's no sponsorship on Talks with Dorks, but
my missus goes,
I could try.
Yeah, we're going to Asda's. Yeah, cool, no way. She goes, we're going to Asda's now. I'm like, no, we're not. No, we're not.
Let me check my overdraft first.
We're going to Tesco's. No, we are fucking not. I am not going to Tesco's and spending £5 on a pack of M&Ms. The little pack.
To be fair, I love the this is so you know how good we're doing, because basically in where I live on my road, you drive to the end of my road and there's a set of traffic lights. You can turn left or turn right. Equal distance, no matter whether you turn left or right, basically, like 100 metres either side is on turning right, we have a Waitrose. Turning left, you have an Aldi. And if you ever want to know how the bank balance is looking every month, watch which direction I turn when I get to the end of my road.
I bet most people do.
Yeah. The Waitrose empty.
People going to the Waitrose now is like, you're drug dealers. You're a drug dealer. There's no normal person that ain't selling drugs can be afford, especially around where we live, can be going into Waitrose and affording that shit.
I know, to be fair, I've walked into Waitrose occasionally, and you'll see people walking around, and you go, yeah, you're definitely upper middle class. I can see that. And then you see the guy walking around going, I refuse to believe that any of your money has come from anywhere other than. So you're absolutely dealing.
Exactly.
Refuse to believe otherwise. Occasionally, but we'll stop by our Waitrose to like do a little stock up. Like if we run out of milk, for example, we'll be like, quickly duck down to the Waitrose, grab a pint of milk, because it's the same cost. There's really no difference. Unfortunately, my wife, and I know she can hear me at this, my wife is well known for going rogue. Like, if I leave her unattended in a shop, I will literally watch the bank balance just start decreasing. So, I don't think
Why'd you risk it? If it's the same price, go to Aldi.
I don't want to risk it. She's gone down to Waitrose occasionally just to grab a pint of milk and comes back with 5 other things. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get a second mortgage out. It's fine.
I had a similar situation in London. We went into Harrods, and I was like, my missus ain't leaving my sight. She is not leaving my sight in this place. Not a chance.
Walk into the perfume aisle.
No wonder my missus don't want to get a joint bank account. I'll talk about it. Nah. It's when the parcels all start turning up, isn't it? I thought, when did you order this? Oh. But if you order something, what's that? Why have you got that? Can you afford that?
No, because of all your parcels.
Yeah, pay for your own. Right, I've got something to talk about, boys, because we are, as we've been mentioning, getting ever closer to Back in Time. And obviously, at Back in Time, we have one of our partners that work with us,
The Hot Dog Foundation.
The Hot Dog Foundation. Let's start that again, right? I'm not going to
love you guys
because it's funny. Yeah, but let's try that again. Back in Time is getting much, much closer. October 26th, and one of the people we work with, or one of the groups we work with, is the Hot Tag Foundation, and they are going to be back in Time. And this time, we are lucky enough to be starting what they call the Toyal Rumble, and it is Toyal Rumble 2. Do you want me to? I'm going to have to look to the side and read off their post. There is a lot to this, because a Toyal Rumble, you might be thinking it's one thing, but it could be a completely different thing. You might be right, but I'm going to tell you exactly what it is and what the rules are, right? Because this is a Toyal Rumble. We are delighted to present this year's Rules of the Rumble as we aim for yet another successful donation drive. But this year, we are a lot more prepared. We have a much larger team of volunteers, and we are excited to welcome on new promotions. Please like, share, comment, and engage with Hot Tag during the period as we turn this into overdrive to make it even more successful than last year. We have the drive and passion. We just need your help. Can you be a superhero this Christmas and give the gift of pro wrestling? Toyal Rumble is exactly that. It's you donating toys that your kids or you have grown out of that you don't need for kids that will need them. Let's go into the rules, because obviously this is going to be a big part of what we're doing, because it starts on October 26th, which is obviously Back in Time. This year, the Toyal Rumble 2 donation drive kicks off at Talks with Dorks presents Talks with Dorks presents. I can't even pronounce the name of my own wrestling show. Talks with Dorks presents TDW Back in Time on October 26th in Basildon, and culminates at Kingdom Wrestling's Toyal Rumble on November 29th in Shipley, in association with Hot Tag Foundation. Good luck with that, guys. Hope it goes good. Rule number 1, toy donations will only be accepted between October 26th to November 29th. This allows us time to safely organise the times and location of the drop-offs. These will then be distributed by Hot Tag Foundation volunteers to our chosen charities and children's hospital wards. Rule 2, this year we are asking for new and boxed toys, as some locations may not accept used items. We will still accept used toys, other merchandise and selection boxes. However, these will be subject to review by our team and charities before distribution. Wipeable items are preferred. Which is understandable. Obviously, yes, a lot of places might not take used stuff.
Yeah, hospitals especially sometimes get a little bit funny around it, just because, sanitisation, all that. We get it. Yeah.
Of course. Any items deemed inappropriate or harmful or could pose a serious risk to young people will be disposed of or returned respectfully following a review by a team of volunteers. Rule 4, this year we can also accept gift cards and or cash donations directly to our PayPal here, info@hottagfoundation.co.uk. If you can make a donation, again, it all goes to a good cause. And the future of the wrestling world and the wrestling kids that are growing up. At the end of the drive, all money raised by donations and colouring packs will be spent on toys until we have £0 remaining, which is always good. Again, by the way, I don't think it says anywhere here, but they don't have to be wrestling toys.
No.
Just toys in general. But we're doing it at a wrestling show, so it makes sense. If you are unable to donate due to financial constraints or any other reason, please do not feel obligated to do so. We also accept donations of your time by just supporting us. Rule 6, toy donations at shows must only be handed to collected to by official Hot Tag Foundation volunteers. They can be identified by bright blue uniforms. Alternatively, we will have online wish lists available to purchase donations safely. Rule number 7, just have fun doing it. Look back to how receiving a wrestling figure at Christmas felt to you. Help us showcase the beauty and compassion of the Brit wrestling community, and let's give the gift to pro wrestling for another Hot Tag Christmas. So it is for wrestling toys. Okay, that makes sense. Does make sense.
I mean, they'll take anything.
It can be any,
if it's a good toy, they will take it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Absolutely. DM them with any questions. That's Hot Tag Foundation. Make sure we bring that up and pulling it out because it is a good cause, and obviously we are lucky enough that, those that have kids are fortunate our kids can not have everything they want, but are very fortunate to get a lot of stuff. So it's nice to give gift of toys. I may even see if Jacob wants to give up any of his wrestling figures. The answer's probably going to be no, but it's nice to ask him.
I mean, man's a fairly recent convert to wrestling, all things considered. He's going to be hoarding those like a little wrestling goblin.
Yeah. No, but then saying that, he'd be quite good. I mean, we've got 2 versions of the World Heavyweight Championship. I know which one he prefers. I guarantee if we said we'd give it, he'd probably give it away. But then he's already donating it.
I'm going to put you both on the spot now. As a podcast, we're going to donate. We're going to buy some toys and we're going to donate as a podcast.
Absolutely.
We're doing it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, cool.
And again, Hot Tag Foundation are going to be, once again, we're not just doing the show in association with Hot Tag Foundation. Hopefully, diaries aligning. They're going to be down at the show as well. We're hopefully going to have the same stand where they're making signs. And of course, if you bring any toys to the show, we can do the donations that way as well.
Also, how about this then? We said we're going to make a donation. We also do, hopefully, if we're doing a raffle this time, we will use some of it. Got to cover the cost of whatever we use for prizes, but we'll also make a donation with our raffle prize. If we sell enough raffle tickets, donation will be quite a big one.
Oh yeah, basically, once costs have been recouped, anything extra going straight into that pot.
Either of you watched anything lately?
Define anything.
Anything of note? Anything new? Obviously, I really want to talk about Dexter, but like neither of you. I don't think he's ever seen it.
It's on my list. I've just started watching Wednesday, but from the start because
yes, Woody.
My missus convinced me, and she wants to rewatch it, so we started rewatching it again, and I love it. I just want to say I know I'm miles behind, but I love it.
It's only 2 seasons, isn't it? I mean, I feel like I've got to give season 1. I've got to rewatch.
You do.
I don't remember anything from season 1.
It's because it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I feel like I've got to give it a full watch. So it's one of them that I will go through and rewatch. But I know I enjoyed Wednesday. I think she's brilliant. I think they're all.
Yeah.
I mean, Fester's always been my favourite character, and he was when he appeared, I was so happy.
In which case, I will without. But what I will say is, if you are a fan of the original Addams Family, like the Raul Julia and like those 2 movies there, obviously in the first series of Wednesday, the original Wednesday actress,
she's in it,
makes an
teacher,
appearance.
isn't she?
Yeah. And what I will say is, not the only original person from those films that makes an appearance in the new series. I won't say who or in what capacity.
I didn't know anything about that. That's just, you upset me, can't we? I like knowing stuff. I would have liked to have been surprised, but yeah, okay. Oh, if Fester turns up. So
I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say how, and I'm not going to say what, but keep an eye out for further cameos.
Speaking of Halloween costumes, so the Garrison, they've done a theme this year. It's like Spooky Island, and it's referencing that it's got a Scooby-Doo theme around it. So they're all like, we're going to dress up and stuff like that. And when I got there, they were like, what are you dressing up as Halloween? I was like, I don't know. I was like, because obviously I normally do the Joker, but again, like, I haven't got anywhere to do it anymore. So I don't really want to wear a wig. I don't know. And they went, we've got an idea because we're doing this Scooby-Doo thing. Sam, who owns the Garrison's like, he's going to be Scooby-Doo. He's going to get a Scooby-Doo costume. Nick, the other DJ I work with, he's going to be Shaggy because he's got the Shaggy sort of looking hair. And I'm like, right. And I'm expecting a Fred. Or they was like, do you remember the movie? I was like, yeah. They're like, do you remember the bald guy? I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't remember the bald guy. Do you remember the bald guy?
I swear to God, if you're about to say something like Old Man Withers, I'm going to lose my absolute shit.
No, it's not even
that would work. Yeah, do you know what? That would work.
Let me ask you this.
What's his name?
Exactly. So I was like, oh, right, cool. So everyone else gets to be Daphne, Fred, all of that. I get random bald bad guy cameo. I was like, lovely. Thanks for that. That is exactly what I was. Yeah, exactly what I wanted.
You say cameo? He's like one of the main. He's like the second only to the main villain.
Name him.
The worst bit is he introduces himself in his first scene. Literally, he's doing that fake seance. He goes, "My name is," and I can't remember how he finishes it.
Who's the main villain?
I mean, the main villain is Mr. Mondavarius, otherwise known as Rowan Atkinson, otherwise known as, actually, spoilers, Scrappy Doo.
Right, so you just named all 3 versions of his name.
It's my favourite film, man.
Right, see what I'm saying?
And I can't remember.
Right, you've just made this work. So you think I'm going? No, not a chance. I said I'm coming to Scrappy. I don't care. Like, I'm not coming as a. You've just exactly. Thank you. There we go. That's that conversation over.
What you could do is you get a luchador mask and go as that one. Because there's the other big henchman who's like
character. Another random bit character. That ain't me. Have we met me? Mr. Centre of Attention, yeah? Mr. Centre of I'm not being a bit player. If I'm doing something, I'm doing something, right? If I haven't got to do anything from Scooby-Doo, just to stand out and be the centre of attention. Look at me last year. Did my Joker like everyone. No one expected me to turn up in a Scream outfit, and I scared the shit out of everybody. When I just I dressed up round the corner, walked up to the Garrison, walked into the Garrison. It was early on, so it was about 7 o'clock. No one was really in there apart from 2 of the door staff stood at the bar, 1 bar staff and 1 of the managers. I walked into the Garrison, stood there, pulled the knife out, which is up there, that knife, my fake knife, pulled it out and just stood there. And every one of them was like, who's that? Why have they just stood there? And I just did the third head turn. And then later on, one of the doormen, Connor, one of the doormen that was at the taller doorman that got hit in the ring, I did it to him. I walked outside and I just stood in the doorway, and he was like, right, move. He was like, look at me to say, who the fuck are you saying no to? And then he went, move out the way. And I went, like that with my black glove finger on like that, just wiggled my finger. And then he went, take the mask off. And I just literally just shook my head again. He went, take the mask off. And then when I lifted it up like that, he went, you're a prick. It's Halloween. I love it. I love Halloween. I'm not being the bald guy. Just going to be though. Right. Have any of you seen this picture of Mark Hamill and autograph prices?
Go on.
So, ironically, my mate Keith sent me the picture earlier. Where is he? And he sent me some stuff about it. So Mark Hamill, there's been a picture shared, and whether it's true or not, that is a different story. But it says Mark Hamill, and it's got autograph prices. 8x10 photo.
Is this like if Mark Hamill is doing an autograph signing? Or...
Yeah, if Mark Hamill, you know Mark Hamill is, then you would. You know Mark Hamill is, then you Kurt. Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker, the voice of the Joker. Beyond that is Mark Hamill. 8x10 photos. Take a guess.
So this is like if I'm attending an autograph signing at Comic-Con for Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a clue.
So an 8x10 to be signed. I really hope that he's reasonable. Because I've got a story to tell around this anyway, but I really hope he's reasonable, but I don't feel like it's not.
Wouldn't be a story if it was reasonable.
Because it would be if it was like notably cheap, like if Mark's one of the good guys out there. And I really want Mark to be one of the good guys out there. But why do I feel like this is not about to be?
Just take a random number, one of yours.
Yeah, go on. I don't know what they are if they're normal. So
how much if someone was charging for autographs? When you're going to an autograph signing, how much would you reasonably pay for it? This is where we find out how much Woody earns. But
no, like a $5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the story. It's a $5.
You don't go to stuff where you do autograph signing. You've never have you ever been to like a football bar or anything like that? No, to get any.
Nah, the football field don't do it.
Yeah, but so yeah, right. So that's what I mean. So you've never been to, you wouldn't know like what the price. For example, let me think of who I got. JDF, as in Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, my absolute hero. Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, White Ranger, all of that. I believe he was around £45 for an autograph.
So yeah, like I said, I think for an autograph, like I think if you were charging much more than 50 quid, I'd wince.
Is this like? Do you have to pay for the meet and greet as well, and as well as pay for an autograph?
No, generally
not usually.
It's you might have to get a ticket to for a time slot, but you pay for the autograph, so you're paying for the experience as such.
Yeah.
Obviously, there is a lot more to this I'll dive into, but so another example, when I went to a Comic-Con and Jason Momoa was there, Aquaman, he was charging, I believe, £180 for an autograph.
Fucking hell, so if this guy...
He's obviously...
He's a huge guy.
On the scale.
In every sense.
On the scale. JDF is, in my life, Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, is massive, but there's a reason why there was a lot of pay disputes about Power Rangers. They were getting 500 quid a week, not what Jason Momoa would earn, anywhere near what Jason Momoa would earn for a movie of that scale. Even when they made the Power Rangers movie, they weren't on a lot of money. That's common knowledge. So he's obviously what they would consider an A-lister. He's charging about 180. Mark Hamill, do you want to know before? Do you not want to guess?
On the one hand, it's Mark. He is massive enough. On the other hand, it's Mark. I like to think he's one of the good ones. Please, God, be cheaper than Momoa.
Not even close. $400.
Are you fucking kidding me?
$400 for an 8x10 photo. I'd assume that's what an 8x10 is, isn't it? One of these sort of things.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Premium. So I don't know what the difference is here. Premium, $500 each. Bulky, I don't know again what that means, $700 each. $700. Right. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that that is, Mark Hamill's disgusting for that, because they're like, let me read what Keith put, and we could actually reach out. This is joys of having Keith, who works in stuff like to do with the media and stuff like that. He's got us PR inquiry email. We wanted to reach out and try and find out about this and chase it up. But for Mark Hamill's PR press management team, he's not publicly available. But he sent me an email about it, a message about it. Based on available information, Mark Hamill has not made a public comment specifically justifying the recent high prices for his autographs at conferences. However, in the past, he has spoken out about his frustration with professional autograph dealers who immediately sell his signed items online for a profit. He has mentioned that he will sign things for free for real fans, but he dislikes the thought of fans and himself being taken advantage of by these dealers. He has also used social media to verify the authenticity of autographs for fans to help them avoid fakes. It's also been noted by others that the high prices might be a deterrent to reduce the number of people in line and to ensure he gets a cut of the money that would otherwise be made by resellers. He also mentioned that convention organisers, agents and higher-ups often set these prices, not just the actor.
To be fair, actually, this is something that I've seen actually with Liam Neeson. Funny enough, like Liam Neeson refuses to sign autographs, but he will very happily take a selfie with you because it's like, you know, you can't sell a selfie, but you get the experience if you're a real fan. If you get annoyed about me not signing something and refuse to take my selfie, it tells me that you're not a real fan, and I can see that logic.
That is the problem.
Yeah, explain like you just did. It makes sense. Like, obviously, people just not a fan of him, so paying that or queuing up to get an autograph just to sell it for a profit for themselves. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, that I do have a little bit of story around autograph signing, and I'm not going to take credit for this one because I heard this, funny enough, via a different podcast. But it's a great story when it comes to the whole idea of like autograph signing. And I mentioned on the pod before, and I know I'm kind of an island on this one for being a massive Dragon Ball Z fan. I know literally no one else on the team really cares about Dragon Ball Z, but so I'm a massive Dragon Ball Z fan, and I also love the Team 4-Star dub, who basically did a almost like Adult Swim style comedy dub of Dragon Ball Z that became an actual almost unofficial official dub in its own right because it got that much of a following. So they tell a story, well, in one of their podcast episodes about Chris Ayres, who, if that name means nothing to you, Chris Ayres was a voice actor. He passed away in 2021. He was a voice actor, most known among that fandom for being the voice of the English voice for a whole generation of Frieza, one of the biggest villains in Dragon Ball Z. And they Team 4-Star team tell a story about when they met Chris at a Comic-Con themselves. And Chris once said, "I will never charge for an autograph. Don't get me wrong, I will sell stuff to sign, but if you come along with a napkin and say, hey, can you just sign this? Like, give me a pen. It costs you the amount of ink that you have in your pen." And the reason he said for it is like, these people at Comic-Cons, they are not there to see you. They are there to be a part of that community and to see each other and to be with their people and to have that great time. And if you happen to be there too, cool, awesome, I get to meet that guy too. But you are not a draw to the Comic-Con. This Comic-Con would happen with or without you. So he would never charge for an autograph because of that.
This is the problem. This is the difference. Like, again, growing up, when I grew up, we didn't have the phones to quickly take a quick selfie. And I understand that celebrities do get annoyed with that. People are constantly wanting photos. I understand if you're consistently being asked for autographs or pictures, it's the same thing. Is that you're being stopped consistently for it. Plus, you've got the press in your face trying to get quotes out of you and this, and it's going to be stress. But obviously, the biggest change from the 90s when I grew up to now is autographs was the main thing everyone wanted because, you know, in the back of your head, I remember I got Wolf from the Gladiators signature, just name dropping there. Yeah, and I got
I'll do you one better. You want to compare dogs, mate? I got fucking Pluto and Goofy, mate. I'll get my Disney autograph book out.
I have them somewhere.
Listen, spoilers for both of yous. Don't think that was the real Disney characters that you think they were. That is probably, and for the kids that are watching, I don't want to, Father Christmas isn't real.
Santa's still real.
Santa, oh mate, listen, trust me. Me and Santa, I work for him. I work for him in Lapland, brother. I know he's real. Santa is he's a G. I work for him. He's a good guy. Really good guy. Spent Christmas Day with him once. It was all right.
Once.
His missus, lovely. Best cookie maker you'll ever find. Because she makes some good mulled wine as well. But I think with the whole autograph thing, this is the problem you've got now. It has become such a... funny enough, when I went to see JDF, there was a guy there, and I don't know him, so he could have been generally just wanting to get all of this stuff signed. But he brought it was like a trolley, but it was like a pull along thing. He could unzipped it all, and he had about 40 things to get signed. I'm like, dude, I've got one Power Rangers communicator I want to get signed. JDF, he looked. I mean, I knew he'd flown today. He looked a bit jet lagged. I was like, please let me have my chance to meet him. God forbid now as well because he's gone. That was my only time to meet him. But fucking hell, and it was it's that thing of I get it. That guy's gonna potentially
he's gonna
get
tout
his time. Yeah, but not only that, he's also going to get potentially more of his time because he's spending about 500 quid with him. Like, I get it. Hang on, this guy's going to spend 500 quid. I'm going to give him 10 minutes. Whereas the next guy, I'm getting one signature for me, one signature for Brad. Like, I might not get as much time with him, but and the mad thing is, I remember trying to tell him everything in the 30 odd seconds I had with him. So, I love you, man. When I was 7 years old, I fell in love with you. I think you're the greatest, and I really respect you. And he's just looking at me going, and then I'm trying to go, and this guy here with the glasses, he can't see you, but he's a big fan as well. And we've both got matching tattoos. I'm trying to do Laferde's bit as well for him. Like, Laferde, quick, hurry up, say what you got to say.
You're trying to cram all of that in 30 seconds. Meanwhile, the other guy there is like, Jason, do you mind if you sign this for me? Yeah, cool, mate, no problem. Yeah, no worries. Boop, 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 boop. Back it up. Get the truck in.
But it's because of that. You hear, we've all heard stories about wrestlers talking about people waiting at the airport. Now, I would love to, like, if you know they're flying into Southend, because I think when they came to Raw, there was, I remember getting sent a picture of the WWE jet there. I'd love to go to an airport, take Jacob down there to sort of like, oh look, you can meet some wrestlers and stuff like that. But I know I would hate the feeling of going there and them thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, do you know what I mean? But like at the same time, because there's all these other people that are also going to be there trying to get signals. Okay, sign this, can you sign up? You know, I just want him to take him down there to do that sort of thing. But also get it, you've just been on an 11-hour flight. That is probably the worst place to take people. I think the point of me bringing this up was like, just so you know, I'd love to go to more cons, but also if when I go to like the first guy, have you seen this con? Who's there? I'll look at it and go, fucking hell, yeah. There's 15 people's autographs I want or pictures I want, because they cost as well. The pictures, they do charge for pictures as well. You can have photo shoots. Some of them will charge you for 20 quid for selfies and stuff like that. I didn't know this the first time I went. That's why I've got a very blurry picture of me and the original Red Ranger holding my morpher, because I was cheeky, because I got him to use my morpher to do his morpher. I was like, can I take a picture? And he was like, I'm not really meant to do that, but quickly. So I quickly took it. And when I look back, I was like, it's blurry. Because I panicked. Got a blurry picture of him. But yeah, so like, I think that's why a lot of people now as well, when they go to cons, yes, there's great times to meet people, but a lot of people, they're just going for the actual experience, because they know it can be expensive to do that sort of thing. And I get it, but like, to clear it up, I believe what he says, like with people like Mark Hamill, it's just, if they know, they'll give you it. They won't charge that kind of money. But like, if you're going to a Comic-Con convention, you're probably going to be charged that sort of thing if he's there.
Crazy.
Yeah, and again, it's the bloody resellers and touts that have kind of ruined it for everyone on that front. Because where they know that at least half of these guys are not real fans and they are just now going to resell it to make a quick buck from it. Yeah, I'd almost want to charge those people a stupid amount of money just for, you know, taking the piss. But it knackers the real fans.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But on that note, I think we should start doing more cons together. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. It's something I've always wanted. Like I said, we've got to do more. I mean, to be honest, I think that will be a big step for us to get more business cards coming with us, doing more stuff like that. That's what I'm always thinking. Because look, you know, the amount of when I went to the Portsmouth Comic Con with Jacob, I had old business cards up, but I was making sure I was giving them out. People got it. Do you know what I mean? Just wearing a T-shirt with TalkDorkDamo on. Simple thing. People were going to ask. When I went to that London Anime and Gaming Con, like, 3 or 4 people took pictures of my T-shirt logo. Because, again, it's all good I can walk into the Garrison with it on, and there might be 10 geeks in there. But you're going to a Comic-Con, one of the big ones especially, and you've got 2,000 people, all nerds.
My people.
They see something called Talks to Dorks that they've never heard of. It's an opportunity to get some subscribers and people talking about it. And, again, said you're there making content, and who's going to get bored? Right, what are we going to do to make content? Let's go over to that Starship Enterprise. I don't watch Star Trek, but there's a spaceship you can go and sit in the sea and take a picture in. Let's do some content in it. All right, fucking yeah, that'd be fun. Why would you not want to do it? Woody's like, fuck, I gotta go sit on a spaceship.
I'm down to do that.
I drive for a fucking living, mate.
Yeah. Mate, just think about it. Think of it like this. you're like me. You are a lorry driver. You grew up on lorries. Go to a Comic-Con and there's a chance to go and sit in Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Right? Something like that as well. Or you've all the Batmobiles there or something like that. You cannot walk away. Like, I don't know why we're spending this episode selling Comic-Cons to you. We're going to Comic-Con, like it or not, boys. Right? It's happening. I would come down south more often, please. Move down here.
No. I don't earn enough money to London.
Fair enough. Kurt, put you up.
Come this way. It's cheaper.
I quite like the South Coast, to be honest. I'm quite happy with it. It's all down there. So, you're watching Wednesday, Wood?
Yes.
I take it you've been watching Wednesday. Anything else?
Yep, I finished Wednesday this week. I've got more behind it than I wanted to because I just was so knackered. I was just falling asleep before I got 10 minutes in. But not because it was a bad episode, just because like my brain is just gone. But yeah, finished Wednesday. Loved every last bit of that. They've set up for season 3 as well. Again, not going to give anything away, but they have set up for season 3, so it looks like that is definitely happening. Cause there's some little threads that are unresolved, and they plant the seed of where that's going. So fantastic. Please, can it not be 2 years this time? The funniest thing about Wednesday, by the way, if you've not seen season 2 yet, the funniest thing about Wednesday is you can tell that it's been 2 years. Like, where they had some of the actual teenage actors in it. Like, they get to a point where basically they can't not address it. Like, literally, they're looking at certain characters going like, oh, blimey, you've had a growth spurt over the literal 6-week summer holidays it's supposed to have been.
But you know why this is more noticeable now in TV shows than ever?
Because they're actually casting actual teenagers rather than 30-year-olds pretending to be teenagers.
Yeah.
Hello, Power Rangers. Let's not pretend that wasn't guilty of it.
But Power Rangers weren't the worst. They were like all like 17, 18. But we're
to be fair,
like there's stuff where like there is literal shows where they like you can literally see they've got full grown beards that they're shaved off and stuff, and they're playing 14-year-olds.
The worst offender for this, since we were talking musicals earlier on, the worst offender ever for this, if you ask me, is Grease. Have you seen like the movie, the John Travolta movie of Grease? Kaneki, dude, it's like dude has got less hair than Ryan, and he's. Sorry, mate, low hanging fruit, but I had to go there.
Don't double down on it, would you? Prick.
He's supposed to be like a 17-year-old, and he's got a widow's peak and a 5 o'clock shadow.
It's like the other guy as well. You know the bad guy in the flame car, Bermudo. Like when you really think about it, if they are trying to convince anybody that geezer is anything close to be a teenager, if not, when you look at it, you go, do you know what? He's actually like a 50-year-old man that's going around bullying teenagers.
I think what's her face? I think like Rizzo, is that her name? Is like 40 in that film.
Yeah, John Travolta himself, when he would have been in his 20s.
Yeah.
At least. The youngest one that looks, I mean, you say that though, I was going to say Olivia Newton-John, but when she's in the Black Leather, she looks 10 years older.
Mm.
Grease 2 does no favours either, because again, that if you've never seen, I've always stated this, Grease 2 is a superior film, alright? Cool, radar.
That's for the two people watching who have actually seen Grease 2.
Listen, more people have seen Grease 2 than you know, but they just don't admit it because they're ashamed of it. Listen, again, I'll only defend it more. Grease is obviously it's the better superior because it's Grease and that. But the reason I defend that film is because it isn't as bad as what people make. It's so fun, such a great film. But anyway, like Bermudo, that guy, he's still knocking around the school. He's still knocking around. And again, he's meant to be someone that's left school. He literally, by this point, just looks like an old man that's going around terrorising kids. It's more a horror film than you think about it. Grease is a horror film, which refers back all the way back to what we started talking about, them scary games. Have we cut? Anyone thought of a name of the episode for that? Nope. That's a think of something later, shall I? Yeah.
I mean, on the scary games, one thing I will say, by the way, firstly, we always say it is quite frankly shocking the number of people who watch these videos but are not actually subscribed. So if you're on YouTube right now watching us, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any future videos and all of that. But also, get involved in the comments as well, because, you know, we've just started this gaming channel. Like, we need suggestions for some good games to play. Not just new stuff, but classic stuff as well. Everything in between. Stuff that's going to make Ryan absolutely shit himself, because apparently he is the best reactor out of all of us.
No, have you seen Damo's scary clips? He screams. He proper screams. I go, whoa! Like, I think that's what I was nervous about when I sat here earlier, because I played it last night. But I was like, but I knew I was having to be a little bit quieter. It was funny because I don't know if I said this on the pod or before, but obviously Brad now goes to college. Brad didn't need to go to college till midday, so I was in here streaming. But I'm thinking he was still in bed or whatever. I'm streaming, and I was reacting, and I'm shouting, and I'm like, I could hear Brad walking around and doing stuff. I'm like, he could definitely hear me. And then about 11 o'clock, I walked outside, still streaming, and I walked outside and he weren't here. So I rang him and said, where are you gone? He said, I've already gone to college. I went, oh, why didn't you come in? He went, oh, I assumed you were streaming from all the noises that were coming out of your room. I was like, honestly. Hopefully.
Oh, dear.
Got that VPN working. Shut up, Kurt.
Lips are sealed. I value my position on this team.
Me and Kurt did Basil and Pride on Saturday, obviously.
Oh, you're going to tell this story, are you?
I don't care. I don't care. Assume of it what you will. When we were there, I'd been having loads of issues with my signal. I turned my phone off and on and everything. I was having issues with my signal getting through. I was like, what is going on? And it weren't till afterwards, halfway through the day, I went to Kurt. I think I know why. Went over to Proton VPN and it was still connected to the VPN from the night before. Make of that what you will. I was just trying to watch a movie that I can't watch over here.
It was just on Bulgarian Netflix. That's all.
Even the VPN got a
Don't
shout
start
out.
shaking after I've said that.
What's become of this podcast? So the thing is, like, so obviously that was the fourth time I've done Basil and Pride. I think it's the fourth time you've done it, but there was one you didn't do with me, wasn't it?
No, I didn't do Christmas with you. We've done every Pride together, I think. But
no, there was that one when I did it with the party dude, and you had to stay at the studio all day.
Yeah, I still came to that one. It's just I wasn't there for the start. We saw it out together.
Like you only did the last hour, didn't you? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we still saw it out together. So we've never missed a Pride together. But yeah, there was one that I was less involved with than I would have liked to.
And I was saying that, I think we'd have both kind of wish we. I don't know, like, because we still had a laugh on Saturday, but this Saturday's Pride night, it was so different. Like, I explain it how I explain to people was like, my first impression that something was different was normally I know I only get about 2 hours sleep and I have to go there and I have to be there at 10, half 10. And usually when I get there, everyone else is already there set up, and they give me a little bit of extra time because they know I've been up working late. And we get there, we set up, and it starts about 11:30 or whatever. And the first thing we do is the parade comes in, where they walk from the town.
Yeah, usually we're on the stage just in time to see the parade come through, and like we say, we acknowledge it
that year.
And
we done that. I don't know if it was that year you weren't there, because I know. Yeah, it was the year you weren't there for the morning. We opened with the parade. Our stage opened the parade. Like, they all came down. We had to let off all these things and all that. But we got there, and I noticed there was, like, as we got there was a lot more people around as such, like, to the normal.
People just mooching around already. Yeah.
And I think it was you or whoever I said it to. I went, "What time's the parade getting here?" They went, "It's here."
Yeah, honestly, it was about quarter to it. Yeah, but our stage was due to open with us coming on to introduce the first act. 12:30. Our call time was 11:30 for us to be there to have a brief, make sure we're all good, all of that. And I was there from about quarter to 11 myself, and like 5 minutes after I got there, the parade walked in. I'm like, did they start early? Like, what the? Did we? Are our timings wrong? Like, what's up here?
It was so different. And I'm saying that's the first thing I noticed. No, the first thing I noticed when I got there, because usually what I do is I always park behind our stage, and you can see that our stage is a truck that converts into a stage normally. And
to be fair, last year we had an upgrade as well, where it was a full-fledged stage.
It was much better, better last year. So this year I get there and I'm like, it's usually here. There was just a white tent, and I was like, well, that must be the dressing room for all the talent doing our dressing room and that like, stuff. Well, because we've had a tent usually where we can put stuff in and that. And I was like, oh, that must be the tent. So where's the stage? It turns out the tent was the stage, right? The tent was the stage.
To be fair, they made that work. But
the acts on the stage, but we didn't use. We used it for about 30 seconds and was like, no, we just went out into the crowd because it was.
And we went out into the crowd as well. So our stage, our stage overlooked the food court area and the radio station that me and Ryan still work for ish. But we sponsored that food court area. Right. Yeah, we're still technically on the books with them, but Ryan doesn't do his show anymore. I'm winding down. But the radio station sponsors the stage and the food court area, so we overlook onto the food court area, and there's always some hay bales at the front, so people can sit down, and then there's a bit of a gap, and then all the tables for the food court. And we were like, tell you what, this stage is so small, we're not going to stand on the stage anyway, and also. There wasn't quite the same atmosphere as normal. Like, it was more work than it normally is to try and get the crowd G'd up. So we went, you know what, let's test the range on these microphones. And we went out. It's like, we said, if you're sat at the back, you tough, we're coming to you.
This is how tough it is, right? We were having to explain to people because we were going, right, are you ready for the next act? And they would go silent. We go, right. So at that point, when we say that is when you're meant to cheer.
Look, I am on record. I'm on record on a previous podcast episode where we were talking about wrestling, for talking about when I went to one of our rival promotions in Basildon, went to their first show, and I said one sign that you've done something wrong is when the announcer is standing on there, which happened during this show. And this is not a disrespect to any of the wrestlers, because there was some amazing talent on that show. I was scouting names and saying, hey, we need to sign this guy because they're brilliant. But I think it's a sign that, you've done something wrong when it comes to the way you've put your card together or the way you've promoted. When the announcer is having to stand there and say, hey, don't forget, the louder you cheer, the harder they hit. So make sure you cheer your favourites, boo the bad guys. If you're having to tell the crowd how to engage, something's wrong. I'm on record saying that. And yet, at Pride's this year, me and Ryan are having to stand there and tell the crowd how to engage.
So I said to Kurt, I was like, we're going to take some flyers with us to promote wrestling. We'll get to that bit in a minute. And
do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, on the day I went to Kurt, look, this is going to be fun, but I'm telling you now, I'm going to catch you all day long. I'm going to do as many wrestling quotes as possible. I literally walked
and for the record, before you tell the rest of the story, I'm going to preface this right now by saying you're a fucker, because you got me with every single one of them.
I said, I'm just going to try and make you smirk with every single one. We literally walked out on stage, introduced each other and stuff like that. So I went, Kurt, so what do you want to talk about?
I can have a bingo card throughout the day for everyone who's doing.
It was one bit, he was doing all this. I went, Kurt, what? I went, acknowledge me.
At one point, I'm standing there doing some crowd work, and he's about a foot behind me. And as I'm doing a bit of crowd work with someone, I just hear from behind me, Kurt, can you see me? And I turn around, he's hiding behind one of the barricades, and I didn't know where he was. He's like, you can't see me. Get out, you prick.
Wow. I was just having, but so we had these flyers with us as well, Ryan. This we might have said it in the group or whatever, but obviously we did a couple of videos and stuff, and we stood near the stage, and Kurt went, there's an LWO shirt over there, someone's wearing an LWO shirt. I went, get a flyer. We went running over there. As we got there, I sort of shouted at the guy, I was like, I can see a wrestling shirt from a mile off, and
Which, by the way, for the record, I have never seen you move faster than when I pointed out that LWO shirt. He sprinted, and here's my fat ass following him like...
Did you notice? Did you notice? By the time I mentioned wrestling, the guy's eyes were already lighting up, and he was like, and I went, reason I'm really interested to talk to you about wrestling is I've got a wrestling show, and he went, what did he say, Kurt?
He said, yeah, I know, I was at your last one.
So he recognised, as I was getting over there, he recognised us as we were getting there, because he was like, sort of thing, and it then dawned on me. So we got him flying, and then we saw someone else with what other t-shirt?
It was an elite shirt, the Young Bucks.
Yeah, elite shirts. We got them talking about it. So when we were doing these wrestling cards, we were getting little pops from here and there, and then was you there when I met the guy with the Dusty Rhodes t-shirt?
Yeah. I was there for that as well.
Yeah, you met him. So he's someone, he knows all about British wrestling. When I told him some of the talent we had, he was like naming he knew every single one. So it was, really good. So
yeah,
imagine,
he was. I love this conversation. And by the way, for the record, for the guy who not only was at our previous show but remembered us as well. If you're watching this, by the way, can I please thank you firstly for that, but also for giving me and Ryan probably the biggest smile that we had all day. It was like, you remember?
That was the first bit of promotion for the show we'd done. You sounded like you were doing the round the twist. Did you ever felt like this? Strange things happen. Are you going round the twist? It was just one of them mad things. And then I said to Kurt, right, we're gonna go around, we'll do some flyering, and we went around the tables. But I went to Kurt, listen, we're gonna have to use this, and this is, we there for everyone to celebrate Pride. And I said, but if we're clever, we're businessmen.
There's an easy sell here.
There's an easy sell on what we are about to show we put on.
The conversation basically went as we were going round. As we were doing the flyers there, hey, do you like wrestling? And if the answer was yes, lovely, went down that the conversation. If the answer was no, keeping in mind we're at Pride, it was like, do you like wrestling? Not really. Do you like big, muscly, sweaty men in tight clothes? Sign me up.
The funniest thing is, 15 minutes, we did a bit of flyering, come back. What happened? 2 tickets came up and insulted.
Yeah, it worked.
Wow.
I was like, no way. I mean, God, no idea if it's anyone from there, but it was the funniest thing that we'd gone on and sold it like this, sort of selling that there's going to be big sweaty men. And then we went around and flied the car park, and I then get told that that's actually, you can get told off for that flight.
So we went back round the car park.
And took them all off. So if anyone finds a back in time flyer in the Gloucester Park area,
that was not our fault. That is someone else littering. We went back, but we spent about 15 minutes flyering all the cars, because that's what you do. I've seen flyers on my cars all the time. So we went, do you know what? Let's pop round the car park. Let's drop some flyers so people know about the show. And then after the fact, I think it was literally like 5 minutes after, just as we're walking back, like, job well done there. Ryan turns around and says, funny enough, I was just talking to my mate, and apparently you're not allowed to do that. I'm like, oh, okay, then. Back around the entire car park.
So, also, with again something else that cool, we ran into another friend of a podcast friend, Cardboard Colin, guy that done all these pictures. He was there with his stall. He did say that he felt like there was a big difference in the show this year. So the whole event this year. So it's just, but Cardboard Colin was cool to see him, and we've spoke to him. Maybe there's something we can do. Maybe he can bring some of his talent. I said to him, you need to do some more wrestling pictures, but you might be able to come out and bring some of your artwork to Back in Time or some of our future shows.
He has one wrestling picture at the moment, and it's a Hulk Hogan Christmas card. Ho ho Hogan. That is the only wrestling thing he has at the moment. So we're like, you need to up your game, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Has anyone else got anything to talk about? I know Kirk's. I know you're clock watching, Kirk. I know you're clock watching. I'm aware of that, but I also know how long it takes us to do our promo stuff now.
True.
So let's start wrapping it up. Woody, how about we start with you? Give us a plug for the Talks with the Gaming with Dorks page. Give us a plug. Where can they find it? What's going on?
Yeah, just at Gaming with Dorks on all socials. We managed to get the same handle on everywhere, so it's quite handy to find. That's Gaming with Dorks, or you can just click the links down in the description below. It's the easiest way to do it. Go and give it a follow, go subscribe. plenty of stuff coming out on all of the platforms there.
Absolutely. Kurt, give us a Patreon plug.
Yep, we are on Patreon nowadays as well. Nice and easy. Patreon.com/TalkDorkPodcast. Firstly, please do subscribe and pledge to the £2 tier if you can. Again, anything that you do for us on that front, and we'll try and make it worth your while with all the other content that we're going to put on Patreon as well. Lots of stuff still to come on that front, but nothing else. You really help us make this show, but also any of the wrestling events that we do, as bigger and better as we possibly can. We want to turn this into a real thing. But also, speaking of the wrestling shows, you can also see the full show, both with commentary and without commentary, for Never Say Die, our first wrestling show. And if you don't fancy subscribing to the monthly, you can buy that show as a one-off payment, just so you have that. Also, speaking of the wrestling as well, TDW's got its own wrestling channel. It is youtube.com/@TalkDorkWrestling, where you can see some little clips. There's at least a couple of matches up there at this point, loads of behind the scenes stuff as well, and all the promos and stories and everything that's going into Back in Time is all up there as well.
And loads more to come. We are ever trying to expand. And guests lined up. I said I've got to talk to the boys after this about some guests that are coming up. We've got that. Don't forget. Do you know what we did forget? We need to chase up JC, because we're going to try and do something with his clothing brand. Don't forget Graffiti Wash.
Yeah.
Just another shout out for him. The stuff is great. Whether it's controversial or not, that's up to you. But go and buy some of his stuff. Graffiti Washed. Check out the link. If by any chance we have spoken to JC by the time this episode comes out and there is anything to add, it will be in the description down below. So just check it out. I'll put the link in there anyway. Don't forget as well, if you are a card grader and you want to get yourself your cards, you want to get your cards graded, go to treefroggrading.com, get your cards graded, use the code TWD15 and you will get 15% off. And as I always say, listen, it's not even a secret at this point. If they're already doing a deal where they've got something like buy a bundle of cards for 5 cards for cheaper, you add the code on top, TWD15, you get even more money off. As a great man once said, he who dares, Rodney, he who dares wins, my son. We are coming to the end of this episode, and I just want to end it right here. As this close to midnight, I want to end it right here to not give him any treat. He's not getting a birthday present. It's going to be late, whatever. It's not going to happen.
You got about 30 seconds left, mate. You better wrap this up quick.
Stop. Press the stop button, Wood. No, we're going to end this episode in the only way we can. Kurt, it is officially about to be your 45th birthday.
Fuck you.
Harold,
it has just turned midnight. It has just turned midnight, as we said. As I said, fuck you. What a way to end my 30th year. I am 31 as of right now.
Wood,
happy birthday, buddy.
We're meant to sing. Wood, start the singing.
I don't know. We were singing. You start singing. Count us in.
I don't know if it's going to be in time. 1, 2.
Yeah, you get it.
Happy birthday to
you.
Well, happy birthday
to you.
This is how the podcast ends. Just like this slow fade as this.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kurt. Have a good one, mate.
This might actually go in time, Wood. Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Happy birthday, you old
Yeet.
fucker. Yeet. See you later.
See you later.
See ya.